Good afternoon and welcome to the reflection on the Gospel of Luke chapter 12, which is this Sunday's Gospel. I call it the fiery Gospel because in this Gospel Jesus says, I came to bring fire to the earth. What does he mean? It is the fire for the mission. Jesus had the mission of bringing people back to God. And we have the mission as his followers. Jesus also reminds us that this mission will be accompanied by people who will oppose us, whether they are family, friends, others. We will face a lot of opposition, so we have to be ready for that to carry out the mission. Now, in the first reading from the prophet Jeremiah, we see that the people did not like what Jeremiah was saying to them, calling them to repentance. So they asked the king Zedekiah to hand Jeremiah over to them, and they threw him into a pit which had no water, just mud. And there was Jeremiah in the mud. What happens? God sends the Ethiopian who sees that it is unjust to Jeremiah, and he goes up to the king and explains the situation. The king says, go take some men, bring him out of the well. He is saved by God through the work of the Ethiopian who saw it was unjust. Have you ever faced a time where you saw an injustice being done to somebody? And what did you do? Did you step up? Or did you remain in your own comfort zone and kept quiet about it? In the second reading, we know how hard it can be to face opposition when you're trying to do the mission of Jesus. And the reading from Hebrews tells us, look at the cross and Jesus on the cross. He gave his life for us. That will fortify you when you feel weak. And of course, as I said in the gospel, fire. I have to have the fire in me. Do you have the fire in you for the mission? Have the fire for Jesus' mission and go out and do it knowing that you will face opposition. I'd like to talk of two feast days this week. On Thursday, we had the feast of Saint Maximilian Kolbe, a Polish priest who in the Second World War was sent to the Auschwitz concentration camp because the priest was speaking against the Nazis who were sending Jews to the concentration camps. In Auschwitz concentration camp, Maximilian Kolbe saved the life of a Jewish man. That man was chosen to be sent to a hunger pit where 10 men were kept to hunger until they died. And this man, when he was chosen, said, oh my, what will happen to my wife and my children? And Maximilian Kolbe stood up and said, I'll take his place. And he went down with the other 9 men to the pit. All the other 9, he accompanied them with songs, hymns, Bible readings. And when all had passed, he was still alive. And they had to actually give him an injection to kill him. Giving your life for another. And on Friday, we celebrated the feast of the Assumption of Our Lady Mary, who in her fiat, did not know all that was going to happen, did not understand it, but she said, your will be done. And Mary is assumed into heaven without having to go through death at the end of her life. So, on this Sunday, think it is a fiery Sunday. Jesus came to bring fire to earth. He wants us to have the fire of his mission. Go out, be confident that God will take care of you and bring people to Jesus Christ.